Lingportal Online School presents
Common contractions in English. Sometimes we connect two words to make one shorter word. It is amazing how much one sound can change the meaning. Do you want a juice? Compare I'll go to the party and I'd go to the party. A contraction is a short form of a word or group of words in which certain letters or sounds are omitted. We make contractions with auxiliary verbs and also with to be and have when they are not auxiliary verbs. In most contractions, the apostrophe represents missing letters. In English, contractions are used very often, both in speech and in writing. Contractions can occur after names, nouns, here, that, and there. For example, John will be very happy equals John will be very happy. My brother's returned home. My brother has returned home. Here's your bag. Here is your bag. That's my car. That is my car. Please note, you should not use contractions in formal letters or examination writings. Let's start with the most common contractions with personal pronouns. Contractions with I. I am, I'm. I have, I've. I will, I'll. I had, I'd. I would, I'd. Contractions with you. You are, you're. You have, you've. You will, you'll. You had, you'd. You would, you'd. Please note, usually the context helps to understand which contractions is appropriate. For example, we'd already left by Monday. D is had. We'd rather leave on Monday. D is would. Contractions with he. He is, he's. He has, he's. He will, he'll. He had, he'd. He would, he'd. Contractions with she. She is, she's. She has, she's. She will, she'll. She had, she'd. She would, she'd. Contractions with it. It is, its. It has, its. It will, it'll. It had, it'd. It would, it'd. Contractions with we. We are, we're. We have, we've. We will, we'll. We had, we'd. We would, we'd. Contractions with they. They are, they're. They have, they've. They will, they'll. They had, they'd. They would, they'd. The next group is contractions with auxiliary verb and not. The contraction for not is nt. Is not, isn't. Are not, aren't. Cannot, can't. Could not, couldn't. Do not, don't.
Did not, didn't.
Did not, didn't.
Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't. Did not, didn't.
has not, hasn't.
hasn't,
Have not, haven't.
haven't,
Was not, wasn't.
wasn't,
Were not, weren't.
weren't,
Must not, mustn't.
mustn't,
Should not, shouldn't.
shouldn't,
Would not, wouldn't.
wouldn't.
Please note, we form contractions with be plus negative in two ways. For example, the isn't or aren't contractions are more common after nouns. The cake isn't ready. The z or contractions are more common after pronouns. He's not a friend of mine. The next common contractions are WH words, followed by is. You often hear such kinds of questions. What is? What's?
What's,
When is? When's?
when's,
Where is? Where's?
where's,
Why is? Why's?
why's,
Who is? Whose?
whose,
How is? How's?
how's.
Informal contractions. Want to, wanna.
Wanna,
Got to, gotta.
gotta,
Have to, have to.
have to,
Has to, has to.
has to,
Because, 'cause.
'cause,
Give me, gimme.
gimme.
As a final note, I'd like to remind you about common mistakes. Don't use more than one contraction. She's not free, correct. She'sn't free, incorrect. Don't confuse the possessive pronoun it's and its. It is. My city is very proud of its park. That's all for today. I wish you all success in learning English. See you again soon. Stay with us and enjoy learning English.